95% of the people who build voice agents on Vapi gets failed to produce results with their voice agent. And the reason is that everyone is doing this common mistake. Literally everyone is doing this common mistake. Doesn't matter you are building an appointment setter, you are building a customer support, sales assistant or any other. You build a voice agent, it calls your lead, they find it robotic, they find it boring, and then they hang up the call. And you feel that your voice agent is not working and you blame the tech, and it same happened to me last year when I was building voice agents for myself. But I cracked one thing, and this was hyper personalization. I made my voice agent hyper personalized enough when it was calling to my leads. They find it valuable, interesting enough to take the call further. And that's where I started getting results for myself. In this video, I will guide you how you can build a hyper personalized voice agent that will give you 10x, 20x results. And also I will share my templates, prompt templates that you will be able to implement in next 30-40 minutes, and you will be able to build a production ready voice agent. Now, before moving ahead, let me introduce myself. My name is Gaurav Mitawa and I have been building voice agent from last 1.5 years. And I have built and deployed multiple AI agents from small companies to big corporations. But without further ado, let's get started. So let's understand few nuances about voice agents. Now, it is likely possible that you might be getting your users' data, specifically the leads data from your website, marketing ads, or old CRM. And it is possible that you might be getting the data from Apollo's. Now, when you get this data, your data will look like this, where you will be able to see your leads, first name, last name, contact number, business category, and insight. Now, these three key data points that are business category, and insight about their business. This is something that is very important to make the call personalized. Now, how it will be done? So these three data key components will be passed on to voice agent through a dynamic variable. So let's say you have the data. Now this data will be passed on to the voice agent. So when voice agent is calling to your leads, it will use the data to make that call hyper personalized. And the user will feel that someone who has done a well research about his business is calling to him, and he will be interested in your call. So now the question isn't how you get this data personalized. Either if you're scraping this data from Apollo, you can run a small automation of a scraper, which will be personalizing this data. Else you can run an automation in a make.com, and you can have the data from, like, when you are scraping the data from your website, you can ask their personalized information. Then you need to pass this data to the agent, and this data will be used by the agent. Now, when the agent is using this data, the agent is also prompted in a manner that it has an understanding that it will get a dynamic data about a user, and then the agent will be using this data to call to the user. So there is a difference between a generic voice agent prompting and a hyper personalized voice agent prompting. So let's say if you write prompting, most of the people are writing this type of prompt, which is very generic for voice agent. As you read, you will find out that you are a proactive, persuasive AI cold caller representing this company. You have this, you will sound confident, engaging tone, exhibit friendliness, this and that. This is very generic. Now let me take you to the hyper personalized prompting. So in this prompting, the agent have understanding about his personality. It has understanding about the user business, objective, what it needs to done. Secondly, it has understanding of what type of objection that user might have and how it needs to handle. Let's say the user asks that, hey, I have a price objection, then the agent will know how to handle it. Let's say he wants to delay the meeting appointments, or he don't want to buy the product, then how the agent will be handling that objection. So in this prompting, for every type of response that the agent might get from the user, it knows what type of responses it will get from the user and how it needs to handle that response. This is how the prompting is done in voice agent, and this is the hyper personalized voice agent. So when it will be calling about to a user, it will be able to provide value to that user, so that user will be able to take that call further. Now let's understand how we can do this thing. Now I have this lead list which I have scrapped from Apollo for the demo part. Now you need to come to create a call. So as you come to this document, this is a Vapi document, and they have mentioned that how you can create a personalized call. So as you come here, you will need to go to the this part. So this is the first documentation. Then you will need to see this body parameter. So we are using this body parameters to send the data from our Google Sheet to voice agent. So as you click this, you will be able to see different type of properties. Now you will see customer name, schedule plan. So the most important one is the assistant ID. Which assistant are you going to use? Then assistant overrides. So in assistant overrides, you will be able to pass on the data like first name, company name, etc. So in the assistant override, you need to choose the assistant override. You need to choose the assistant ID and the phone numbers that you are going to use, the customer phone numbers, and many other. Later on, as you select all these things, you need to copy that code. Okay, so in this, I have built a template already. So I have copied that code here. So we are not going to give a Vapi outbound call module here. We are not going to use Vapi outbound module because this is something that is not sending the personalized data. So we are going to give a HTTP call to Vapi voice agent to initiate a call. And in the HTTP call, we are going to release this data. Now let me tell you from step by step. So the first thing you need to do is you need to create a voice assistant. Secondly, then you need to write prompt. And when you're writing the prompt, you need to follow the method. So what I will do is I will copy this prompting and I'll provide a link in the description box. You will be able to use it. Then you can just understand this prompting and then you can craft your prompting by yourself. Then what you need to do is you need to create assistant like here I have done already. Then you need to use this template. So this is something I'll be copying this template and I'll provide a link in the description box as well. So you don't need to build this from scratch. Now I integrated my Google Sheet here. Then this Google Sheet is passing the data in bundles to the array aggregator. So we are using array aggregator. So array aggregator is something that combines the data. Like let's say if I have person name, contact, business email, business insight, it will prepare a bundle of that data and will pass on to iterator. What iterator will do is it will take the data of that bundle and will take the data, like separate out the data, will pass one bundle at a time to the next module. So in the tool section, we will get their first name, contact name, variables, variable name, business insight, everything around it. Now I have set of multiple variables. So I have defined those data points into a variable formats. And I will use these variables into a JSON format. Now what I'm going to do is I will collect this data and I will pass this data and into a JSON format. Now here I am creating the data into JSON format. So the first name, contact, email, business insight is converted into JSON format. And this is the JSON format I will be using. So here is the most important part and it's very simple. You need to understand it. So when you are giving HTTP call, you need to give this URL and you can take this URL from here itself, Vapi.ai call. So this is the URL you are going to use. Now after this, you need to set up post method. In authorization, you can copy your API that you will get in your Vapi dashboard. So as you here, you will see the Vapi API here. You need to copy that API from here and you can use it. Then you, in the content type, you need to choose the JSON format. Now here, as you can see, this is the same code I have been copied from here. So as I select here, you will be able to see that code here. And I'm using this code here. So I have decided, like I have mentioned the first message that hi name. This is Ariel from Community Digital Network. And can I take your 1 minute, please? In variable values, what I did is I defined this JSON data. So in the variable, I'm defining that data here. This is JSON string. As you can see in the JSON string, you will be able to see all the different type of data is here in the JSON string. So the agent is having the first name of the user in the first message. Secondly, it has all the variables that has all the data inside about the user. The agent will have the understanding that I'm getting this type of data to call to the particular person and I'll be using the data while interacting with that person. Then you need to use the customer phone number, which is you can pass through the dynamic variable, then the phone number ID, and that's it. It's done now. Now I have made this assistant, I have prompted this assistant, and let's take a call here. So this is the assistant I have built and I am passing the data. Can you just see that there's just prompting is there. No dynamic variable is defined here because I am going to pass all the variable data through make.com. Now let's take a call. So here is the call.
Hi, Kailash. This is Elliot from Community Digital Channel Network. Can I take your 1 minute, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. We've created a marketing strategy for your restaurant that can deliver about 7% monthly growth. I wanted to share one key idea that fits your business. I noticed your lunch rush peaks from 12 to 2 p.m. Would you like to hear more?
Yeah, let me know more about it.
Great. Tell me about your restaurant and the types of customers you'd like to attract more of.
Well, I'm starting Indian cuisine from next week, so I'm looking for more Indian customers. Can you help?
I understand. Attracting more Indian customers is a great goal. What local marketing are you currently using, like
Well,
flyers
nothing.
or social media?
Not doing any marketing for now. What strategy you have?
We can help with neighborhood advertising that gets your restaurant visible to local residents. Many restaurants see new walk-ins in 3 to 9 months. Interested in learning more?
Yeah, let me know.
Who decides on the marketing budget for your restaurant? And do you have an idea of what you might be willing to spend monthly?
Well, around $10,000.
Just to clarify, is the budget around $150 to $500 per month for marketing, or was that $10,000 a different budget line?
Okay.
If your budget is around $150 to $500 a month, we can start with a single location test. See results first.
Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, makes sense.
Awesome. I'll connect you with an advertising specialist for a 20-minute planning call.
Sure.
What day this week works for you?
I'm available at Friday 8 p.m.
Great. I'll schedule you for Friday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, thanks. So this is how we can make this call personalized. So when this agent was calling me, it has understanding that whom it is calling, what my business is all about, what problem I was facing already. So it has some research. So basically the agent was able to use the data to personalize in a manner that when the user is taking the call, he was feeling kind of personalization. And that's where we get the differentiator from a generic voice agent and from a hyper personalized agent. So this is how we can make our voice agent hyper personalized. This was a demo of a hyper-personalized voice agent. Now, this agent was able to hook my attention for a while, and then it was able to sell me the appointments for their marketing agencies. So the same agent you can build in next 30 to 40 minutes. I will provide the link of the resources. I will be providing the make.com templates, the code part, the API integrations code, and also you will be able to get the prompting, which you can take, and you can just take inspiration from the prompting, and then you can craft prompt for your voice agent. Now, this is all for today, and I will catch you in the next video. And if you want the same agent to build for yourself, you can fill the form in the description box and I will build for you.